Remember this position?
Yes, I remember the uh, the finish was very pretty. The final position was very pretty.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So yeah, like the
It kind of
position.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
mean, it during the game I thought it was really not much is going on,
Hmm.
and then it suddenly was over in a very pretty way. Yeah.
Right, right. So when we had something like this position, you already saw the trick.
Well, I mean, I am always quite obsessed with things like that.
Hmm.
So once, of course, when I pinned the knight, I would guess that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that here I would have realized the pattern that there is that there is an eternal pin potential going on. Yeah.
Right, right. No, I absolutely love the finish because I think here also it was sort of important, yeah.
Yeah,
Because if you
well
start with
played.
this,
Amazing. Yeah,
then
yeah.
there is rook b4.
True. Yeah, forgot the details of this game. I only remember the final position with this bishop against knight, and that is completely finished. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
you had
nice.
to go this way so that yeah, he must go back. And I kind of like the finish also, like to play this.
Yeah, yeah, that's very pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And only f4 or h4. H4 also wins or not? Probably it does. Yeah. I think it's either way it's winning.
Yeah, yeah, but f4 is easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
f4
Oh,
is
that's
definitely easier.
you just keep on long
Yes, exactly.
diagonal,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
that was
beautiful.
very pretty.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I have just taken mainly some moments from your game. So this one happened on 14th of July. That's like what, 3 days before, 3 or 4 days before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you're playing against Grischuk, a very strong blitz player. I mean, a very strong player and exceptionally strong in blitz also.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
You
it's
can see on my YouTube channel where I mean, it is on stream this game,
yeah. That's how I
and you
got
can
it.
see I was really not intending to. I sort of abandoned the game a few months ago,
Hmm.
so it was not like I was even trying much here. But as as I noticed, yes, here after King G6 and this Bishop E7 King G6 was not so good. I think as I got the 5th rank and I saw he was low on time, I got some hope suddenly. Yeah, but it was not. It was an unexpected win. It's a very odd one.
Yeah, I was actually seeing, let's say, this particular position. Yeah, and I have selected some positions where again and again this will be visible that number of times you just keep posing little problems and players are collapsing. Like for instance here, yeah, it's actually amazing. Like let's say rook c4 is already kind of a loose move. Maybe he should have stayed back in 7th rank. Because the funny thing is,
Yeah, but it's not so easy actually. It is not this particular position is not as easy as it looks any longer. I mean, I have some ideas of okay, rook b6, king f7. You want to go or what?
yeah, something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but even if I don't know, I can give you a move, or I can go king to e4. Yeah, it became a little harder for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's always when it's unexpected issues. That's like the more unexpected they are. It's not about how big the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how unexpected it is. So let's say if you were completely sure it's a draw,
Mm-hmm.
then the slightest problem you are
Mm-hmm.
unable to deal with psychologically.
Right. Right.
And this is the case here. Like it was so drawn that now just as half of a question already makes the opponent collapse. But it happens. I don't think it's so much to do with me as it's just the nature of chess, and it happens on many top players. And I was on the both sides of it. I was sometimes also on the receiving end there.
Sure. Sure. The thing is, like, okay, he makes two natural moves. It's like, okay, he's pinning the pawn. You pinned his bishop, and he plays a move which is probably a mistake. Let's say rook a4, and now already after bishop c5, it's not even clear. Like I was when the game was going on, I was thinking, why not rook e4? And then it turns out after rook e4, rook a6, black has to resign immediately. This rook doesn't.
Wow. Yeah,
This rook doesn't move.
mm,
Yeah. And
yeah.
okay, the king doesn't move anywhere because then king f5 happens.
Bishop e7.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, maybe some king g7 or something is a best move.
And then
Bishop
king
c5.
f5, yeah. And this here, yeah.
No, I mean not here. I mean king g7
Well,
immediately even better.
yeah. King g7 immediately was a better one. But okay, he plays this
Yes,
and
yeah, but it's still tricky. Yeah. Yeah, now he's on the back rank. Yeah, now it's a rook a5, king e6 is important.
yeah.
Course,
This was very crucial.
Yeah.
And okay, he plays rook c4, bishop d6.
But to be fair to him, he was on seconds, and on seconds time control is 3 minutes plus 1 or plus 2 second increment. So yeah, then you can lose almost anything. You can even lose rook knight against rook, as I did.
Sure,
It
sure.
is just you just have literally no time to think slightly.
But when I was checking this game, it just immediately reminded me of another game which I also saw, and it's remarkable how precisely you played here. Do you remember anything about this game? It is
Yeah, but I really, I think I sort of enjoy. Enjoy the positions where there is almost no hope, but I find it a nice challenge to try to find the last chance, sort of.
Right.
Because also there is nothing to lose, and also in a way, the ones that are not winning, I kind of enjoy them as well, because when they are not winning, there is no pressure on you that you have to win it, right? So it's very nice because there is no pressure on you from both sides. You neither have to deliver, nor are you in danger, so it is just a very, very nice psychological situation.
Right. So this was against Wojtaszek from BL 2014. It's very interesting that, okay, again some natural moves, and after bishop c2 already black is in some serious trouble. Like no,
Yeah, but
he still had chance. He still had chance.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult, no? Because you have your king is a bit odd on h6, and I have the pawn on d5 and the rook and the bishop. I mean, it's probably simply not as easy as it looks. And also, you have to imagine that this game. I mean, I remember the game. How much stuff happened? So first, he played some novelty. Then he anyway played the opening. Then before time control, I allowed counterplay. Then it was completely fine for him. Then he tried to simplify into an endgame. Then the simplification backfired into slightly worse endgame. And by this point, so many things happened. He was, and both me and him, we were in a totally messed up state of mind. And it was him who had to defend, and I could just put pressure. So it was easier for me.
Right. So it seems he should have played rook d3, but okay, he goes here, rook b4. And already after bishop d1, bishop e4, it seems white is kind of winning. So Sophie,
yeah, bishop c2, rook b2 is what he missed probably.
Yeah. Sophie, would you believe that this position is actually kind of very difficult for black?
She has to come now.
She has to come. She is not there.
She has to arrange the.
All right.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Setting there.
Right.
Oof, I hate endgames. What was the question once again? Sorry.
So I was saying that can you imagine that this position is actually kind of completely, not completely, but very close to winning for white.
Yeah, I would not imagine that because it's just one pawn, and I would think that the bishop would control from a4 the d7 square, so it can kind of never go back. Also, black's king is pretty active on g5. But yeah, after next move, probably rook g6.
Yeah.
I'll take back my words.
I think the problem here, like what is great about this position is not only do I have the rook bishop against rook type of motifs, but also I still have the d pawn alive. So he has to defend from rook bishop against rook type of mates, which is like rook g6 king f4. This is a typical thing. But he also has to keep in mind that d6 pawn might, let's say one day if I trade the bishops, I might win the rook endgame, yeah, if the king is cut off.
Sure.
So it's a very unpleasant position to defend. It's probably just
but
very,
is
very
it
bad.
is it just with like a tempo? If it was black's move here, if you would give a move, is it still so bad? Because rook g6, it looks
bishop
very
h5,
strong,
maybe you
right?
play with black then, maybe bishop h5.
Yeah.
If you play bishop h5, probably okay.
No, but this position is white to play. This position is white to play. So you got this. All right. I want to say one thing in chat a little bit, guys. Please do respect that we have a world-class player here, Anish Giri, and also just realize, I'm sure you all love our country, and here we have some players, be it Divya Deshmukh or Pragnananda or Adiban. they play for our country, they bring laurels for our country. So they also want to learn something here. If you find it boring, if you don't like it, that's fine. It's your choice. But there is no point in bullying a 14-year-old girl or saying this is not useful. This may not be useful for general. If you don't find it useful, fair enough. But please show respect to the legend we have on the show, and also the players who are actually bringing laurels for our country. So please be gentle. Please do not spam. Yeah, thank you. uh, Sophie, nowadays a lot of spamming happens and I kind of dislike it. Like, why to say things again and again repetitively? It kind of gets annoying, yeah, like when people are trying to learn something, and
Yeah,
it's a
but these kind of things will happen.
yeah,
We
it's
are
it's pity. Yeah,
lots of
it's pity. Yeah, it's
lots
pity.
of them.
Yeah, it just becomes some sort of a humor thing.
Yeah,
I can sort of imagine, in particular, I mean, not everyone is able to follow the all kinds of chess analysis,
sure, sure.
and there could be some chess parts that are interesting for someone, but there could be some that are not interesting for that particular person.
Hmm.
And then in the meantime, when there come these uninteresting bits, he might want to have some humor in between, and he finds it in the spamming.
Right,
The
right.
spamming, I would guess that. Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
but I think the videos and podcasts are very good. So
Right, right. So
keep it
okay,
up.
all right. Back to the game. So it's very interesting that this king is actually kind of stuck, and I would imagine, like, if I can somehow give the bishop, then it should be a draw, right? But
Yeah. Well, yes, exactly. But it's not so
but
easy,
there
I
there
think, to
there's
achieve.
there was no concrete way somehow.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid, I guess, during
Like, now you're
the.
threatening to give check check, and then this king is again weak. So yeah, it's just, I still cannot believe that this position is actually so close to winning. I mean, I haven't checked with table base and all, but it's not easy. It seems bishop d7 was better
Yeah,
here.
listen, because I combined the threat of the d pawn with the threat of mate. Yeah, so it's just very hard.
Right. So king h5 happened, king f4, and now you're
And
threatening.
also for black, like, you have to imagine that what you want is you want to force a draw, right? Somehow.
That's
But
true.
on
That's true.
every move, there is no opportunity to do that. So then, what are you going to make a pointless move instantly, or are you going to think and then come to conclusion that you don't see? Like, it's hard to understand what move is best. For example, instead of king h5,
Mhm.
like, what move is best here? Because bishop c6 is what you want to play,
No,
but
but
for some reason it doesn't work.
yeah.
I mean, bishop c6 doesn't work, right? For some reason,
Sorry, what doesn't work?
bishop
Bishop.
c6. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, because of king f6. Maybe that was my trap.
King f6. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So you see bishop c6, king f6. Yes,
And then
and then you see, okay, what other move I can do to force something, and there is no move, and then, okay, you can
Come
play
to
bishop
game.
d7, bishop e5, bishop a4, or king h5,
Yeah.
or rook e2.
Mhm.
They all, or rook d1, but they all look equally pointless. That's the
Right.
problem.
Right. Right. So yeah, and here already it seems it's lost, kind of.
Yeah, I can imagine, because it's again, bishop has to protect both the d pawn and also the rook g6 thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful technique. And now already there is nothing to be done. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of interesting that this king actually never got out from these two files, right? It just got stuck here. If it
Yeah, there
can
was
come here, then it's just over.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, of course.
There is one game that I wanted to show. Yeah. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, that was not the best one, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember this?
Yeah, it was not my best game.
Yeah. So this
I
here
barely won.
here is a question for the audience. This position and this position. Wait a second. No, sorry. Yeah, this position and this position. There are no difference, right? Would you believe that the current position happened on move number 63, and this happen on move number 92. Now, in a way, one can say white did not make any progress. But I think it's also a little bit psychological, right, Anish? Like,
Partly. Well, the thing about such positions is you are. I mean, I am 2 pawns up, right? So I cannot be happy here with a draw being 2 pawns up, and also, of course, having higher rating and all that. So I am supposed to try. At the same time, if I don't see a right way, let's say I think h4 simplifies it for him, right? That's what I assume.
h4 it simplifies. But you did h4, but after a long time. I would imagine when you got into.
No, it's not simplifies. h4, I think 98. It's just an issue.
That's true. That's
getting
true.
mated there.
That's true. That's true.
So that's why I was supposed to try, but I didn't see how because none of my pieces are moving. So I was trying something. I was trying to create some Zugzwang. I was trying to create some Zugzwang, and he was refusing to give in because as you saw, eventually that position with him to move, and after king f7, I did go h4.
Right. So you are kind of waiting for the right moment.
Triangle forever, and he never let me, I guess.
No, you played h4 eventually. So I'm just trying to understand at what point you went h4.
Yeah, I think I just was trying to do that at some point.
And now you played h4. Now there is no knight e8. So that's your point, yeah?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
And your bishop is also on ideal.
Yeah, and my point is if he goes king f6, I will take and go king h7 maybe. I would guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was not my best effort, this one.
But okay, you're playing with Belyavsky, who is also a legend, yeah? He was like world number 3 or 4 at some point. So it's not that you're out playing some Padzer.
Yeah, the final position though was pretty. The final. The final combination, let's say, of he was of course thinking it's a complete draw. What we're getting. The position where we trades h2 for g4. But then my king is pushed back so far, but in fact, it doesn't matter because with Zugzwangs, I am pushing him all the way back from g4. Let's say, from knight takes h2.
Basically, somehow you managed to fix all his pieces.
Yeah, and it's important after king g5, knight h2, take king g4. Like his king is very active, but I just push him back file by file, rank by rank.
Amazing.
And he has to. There is basically a Zugzwang here going on forever.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty. But the preceding play, I was not on purpose maybe trying to waste time. It's just that I didn't see how to push h4, and I was supposed to push something, so I was trying to find the best way to do that.
Amazing stuff. Yeah, like from here you actually voluntarily allowed to get his pawn to h2, right? This was kind of nice.
Yeah, but the thing is also while I was moving back and forth, I was probably calculating these kind of things. And at some point I probably saw that I can do something like that and that it would be a good winning attempt. But yeah, I'm not so sure.
Right. I'd like to show some. Okay, this is actually a game that I analyzed for.
Oh, that was a nice game, yes.
That was fantastic. Actually, I think I have to add it in.
I'm really sorry. I will leave the stream because I think Daniel needs me.
Sure.
So thank you very much. Surya. It was great fun.
Thanks, Sophie, for joining.
And I will leave you in good hands.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
So this was an Olympiad. You are playing against Greet. Andrew Greet from Scotland. And I'll just quickly go through the game and get to the critical point. I actually analyzed this game for ChessBase also. So I'm just keeping the opening part. There is one question I have. So this particular position, did you miss p4? I assume you either missed it or kind of underestimated it, right?
Hard to say. I was trying to play, obviously, from the move 1, I was trying to play for a win because my opponent is much lower rated.
Sure.
So I even wonder if a move like before creating an imbalance would bother me at all. I might have thought that I can play c4. I don't know. and get a protected fast pawn at least.
Right.
I mean, the thing is, I think when you play a much lower rated opponent, you are, or if you play for a win in the must-win situation, which is sort of similar, you start to consider that every disbalance is in your favor somehow. You give preference towards disbalance always to yourself. So let's say after b4 c4, while let's say if I would maybe play a top player in a situation where I'm not particularly in the need of getting a full point, I would think it's dangerous for black because it is, and potentially I have weak pawns. But maybe if I play a lower rated player, I would think that, well, I have here chances to take over. Yeah.
Right.
So I think very likely I was just planning to go c4, but I'm not sure. I might have missed it as well.
Sure. In the game, okay, so knight g4 happened, bishop f4 h6. At some point you're, no, not here probably, but maybe at some point you might want to trap the bishop. I assume somewhere here you must have seen the beautiful idea, right? Yeah, Anish is black here and Andrew Grit is white.
Yeah, I think so, because here he forces me to calculate very precisely. I think I've seen it here. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because knight h5. Okay, he has to play bishop e3. Yeah.
I didn't see e4. It looks to me very dodgy, this move e4. But I remember that I was surprised that there is no way to punish it. But after a while, I found it. Yeah.
Right. Knight h5. This bishop is attacked. So bishop e3 he must play. d4 you have to play, and I think all these moves are forced. Yeah. Now he has to play knight c4. Queen d2.
Yeah,
bishop d2 is forced.
Completely forced the sequence until here.
And now this is the brilliant move. Yeah.
Yes. To be honest, I didn't realize. Well, not realize. I didn't know if it is completely winning. Well, basically, I didn't know the evaluation of this position, to be very frank. I remember, and I sort of thought that, well, given the times, he was a little bit low on time, and I thought it was a very good practical shot. And I remember, very surprised to find out that it's actually winning for black as well.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And this was the move. This is the classy move, yeah, like Tal.
Yeah, I was not sure it's that strong, but it was actually very strong.
It was amazingly strong. You know, I was while checking, while analyzing, I found a very interesting variation. So bishop a5. My hunch is that in a game you would just play rook d7. Simple, and very effective.
Likely, no?
That's most likely.
Yeah.
But I was checking with computer, yeah, and then I saw, okay, computer says d3 here, and computer gives rook takes e4. Just to show the variation, yeah. Okay, so bishop takes d8. I guess there is, yeah, you can't take this, yes. Yeah, this is kind of mate, believe. So bishop d8, knight takes g3, and let's say if this, the mate is fascinating. Beautiful, right?
Yeah, very pretty.
Very pretty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, rook d7 just nails it. So, so anyway, in the game it was rook e1. Yeah,
I played rook d7.
You played rook d7 anyways, yeah. So it's clear. It's clear.
Yes. That gives it away. Yeah. Yeah, it was very smooth finish. It's always easier when the opponent also has the time trouble. Yeah. Then it's easier to go for this.
Yeah, and then this was winning.
Yeah, many pawns.
Yeah, just too many pawns. All right, this is also a nice finish, I would say. Here,
true, it was.
Anish is white and Vladimir Kramnik is black. This is from YKNZ 2018. And okay, I remember I could not. I would say all the players to those who have not seen the game, just go and see the game, because the whole game was also very nice. But since I am just selecting a few moments, I thought I'll select this particular moment.
It's also my first win against Kramnik, I think.
Ah, is it?
Yeah, it was my first win against Kramnik, which was quite remarkable, because I had played many games with him until this point, and I haven't won one.
Right.
So this was very, very important for me to beat him once at least. And then
Sure.
after that, I beat him a few more times.
Yeah, but I also like the motive. Yeah, like okay, here you are threatening rook a7.
Yeah, I had to protect my I had to move my queen, yes, somewhere.
Yeah, you have to
So,
move your queen, so you're
yeah,
threatening
he
this.
fell for a very nice trick, yes. Surprising.
Did you see knight d7 when you played queen b8?
I think so, yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
Because
So,
it's the kind of move the black wants to play to free himself.
sure, because this will just liquidate, yeah, if your tactics does not work here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I expected him to play rook a3, I guess. I think I saw rook a3, rook b1, and then this king g6, queen e8 thing.
But it's also
And
kind
I
of
was
difficult to play at board, no?
yeah, but I think I was not sure here if it's how easy it is still. But yeah, 97 I was very happy to see, because then I'm just suddenly winning on the spot.
Yeah, 97, and it's kind of reverse psychology, yeah? Like black wants to exchange queen, and white obviously does not want to exchange queen because of this king. And after knight d7, suddenly it completely changes. White says, yeah, I will change the queen. And suddenly, out of nowhere, this rook, which was so active,
Yeah,
is lost.
no, it's hard. It's
It's
counterintuitive, because White's trump obviously was the weak, the better king position, and you don't expect the queen trade. But here, of course, if you win a rook by force, then yes, it's a different story.
Yeah. And also, you at this point you expect all sorts of problem. You don't expect this rook to get trapped out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's also a bit psychological. So this was a very nice finish, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get to this one.
Oh yeah, this was swift.
Yeah, was this your preparation? Okay, let me get the position first. This is
no, he played the system with d takes c4 in the Catalan, and then he plays like bishop g2 b5, something like this, which is very, very brutal. But it is not so good, because then after knight e5 he has to go knight d5.
Right.
His knight is exposed, and then I got the tempo with e4 later on in the game. So I think I was not exactly prepared, but I knew that the system is bad because of that. Because of that, I go knight e4 and knight e5, and then I go e4 and I go d5 somewhere. And I think I played it even not in the best way, because I think after d5 here, he maybe even has some way to. At least all the engines were saying that maybe he has a way to survive. But yeah, it's very bad opening for him.
And this is also it's also rapid, right?
Yeah. I remember I played it almost instantly from the start, but it's not because I knew it. It's just that I thought this is very natural.
Yeah. In Adiban in the chat, he thought it is against Mamedero, and they're trolling Adiban here. It's against Morozevich, yeah, like in
Morozevich,
yeah, in 2012.
Mamedero, I had some different Catalan games. I don't recall such. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite thematic and all this stuff.
It's like fascinating. So what happens if I take here? How do you finish exactly? You take on here. Or...
FG and E7.
And E7, FG and E7.
Yeah. King E7, bishop G5. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
G5, yeah. That should be it. So Queen F6.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny game. Huh? I mean, it's not so obvious everything, but that somehow I remember I found it all very fast. It was a very fortunate game. Yeah. Also, I think I lost the first round before that, so nothing was suggesting that I would win it nicely, but it was a big surprise. Yeah.
All right, Anish, they're asking me to show this whole game. Would you mind if I find the game? I will just quickly search this game. So this is because you said something about the opening, and they want to know what exactly you meant.
Definitely, sure.
So it is this game.
Yes, no, he played this 5 b5.
Let me get there. All right. Yeah. So this is the whole game, guys.
Yeah, and the problem is that after c6, one moment. A problem is after a4 c6 knight e5. he's not in time to go for bishop b7, queen c8, or bishop b7, a6.
Oh,
He needs to
no,
play
no,
knight
no.
g5.
It was even fast for me. Hang on. So b5, a4, c6. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. Tell.
Knight e5 here.
95 here.
Yeah, there are systems where black gets bishop b7 and one more move. Yeah, like queen c8 or a6.
Right. But here
He's
there
not
is
in
no
time to
time.
do that. So after knight d5, I got to get the tempo on e4 later on. Yeah. So let's say what I did: castle, and then all this a b3.
Right.
And
yeah, suddenly feels pretty much direct, no?
sorry.
It feels very direct somehow. This whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a tempo with e4 here, yeah, because of the knight. So
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's all very straightforward. Very straightforward.
Yeah. No, this was a crushing game.
Yeah, no, that's why it felt all very good. Yeah, it was nice.
And again, everything is forced. Yeah. Did this now? What are you? You're a rook down. But
yeah, but it's forced, I guess. I have queen f3 and rook c1 on the next move after rook a7. Yeah.
So he plays rook a7, rook c1, and he cannot play rook c7 because then you take and give queen f7 check. So there is no way to stop.
Yeah.
And this is beautiful also. Amazing stuff. So if take.
Yeah, very pretty game actually. It's true. Rook c8 was there, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Here rook c8 was there, sure. And bishop e7. You know, what if I play this? Just take, and it's the same thing. Yeah?
Queen a8
Queen
is there,
A8
for
is
example.
there,
Many issues.
there's
Yeah,
so many
I'm already up and material. Yeah.
This is also kind of
it's
nice.
collapsing.
Because you are actually not threatening even to take. You're threatening this. Yeah, this is just even worse.
Yes, no, a lot of issues.
Yeah. Amazing game.
No, I mean it was, let's say, a very straightforward punishment of a very dubious opening. No.
Yeah. Very typical. You have time for another game?
Yeah, we can do a bit more. Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome. You wanna choose from the list? I have this and. Shall we do one of this? Maybe Leko or Dominic?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, let's see what it is.
All right. Let me get to Leko again.
This one. Yeah, no, I've won a few of these positions actually.
Yeah, I'll just get the board.
Is I had many identical games. I had one game like this against
Radic, no?
Kopalov as well. Completely identical. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
And
like,
I had against Li Chao as well, actually, very similar.
Against whom?
Li Chao.
Yeah. Okay. Abhijit Gupta is saying I should show my game with you in Spanish League. That I kept for tomorrow. I would definitely.
It's really not such a great. I mean, we got this endgame 4 against 4, and then I was playing endlessly until you blunder something. That was.
Yeah, but okay, you gave me a very nice lesson that if there is a theoretical draw, one should immediately go there without actually thinking.
Yes, the thing about such positions, if you are slightly better, as I said, that you cannot. I mean, I feel I cannot. Even if I think that it's not likely that I win, I cannot just give my opponent a draw because I am better. So he has to defend it, and okay, if he doesn't defend it, then it becomes hard.
Right.
But it is hard to defend as well because you know it's a draw, but you have to still make moves. So yeah, it happens very often. Also, recently I beat Nepomuceno like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this game is from World Cup Baku, second game of the third round, and white is Anish Giri and black is Peter Leko. Which is this also makes the game very special because Leko is one of the player who is very good in such positions. To outplay him.
But at the same time, he has a very good defensive technique. At the same time, he does have a strong preference to passive defense.
Right.
And I'm not sure in this particular position that worked out for him.
Right.
I mean, I was much rather, for example, on move 24 was a critical moment.
So let's see. So this is bishop d2, d8, knight d2. Now this knight is fantastically placed on d3.
Yes. So after f4 is a critical moment. It was really a defining moment, I think. So here he has decided to improve his position by bringing the king to e8, which is after f4.
Yeah,
Very
Anish,
classy.
can you explain a little bit f4? I mean, for the audience in general, like why did you
I
play
mean,
this?
f4 king f3 is the standard way to, and then g4 and all that. It's a standard way to expand on the king side.
Right, right. Like, mhm.
If I get a 4 king f3, that would be great. But here, of course, he could have tried knight e4. I think that's very tempting. Active move.
True, true.
Yes, but okay, it would of course weaken a little bit. He doesn't like the weaknesses as well. F weakens a bit the e5 square and so on.
But he also has got a strong knight on e4, right?
So in a way, I think the passive approach he took in this game was not the best. Once I got king f3 and I control the e4 square, then I'm just very happy with this position. Yeah, I'm just gonna push the king side, and I'm gonna reserve e4 for last because I think e4. I really like my knight in d3 protected by e2 pawn. I will rather push g4, h4, g5 and keep e4 in for the very final moment if needed.
Amazing, yeah. And for now, okay, so what does he want? He wants to change this knight, I guess.
No,
No, somehow.
I think yes, but I think mostly he wanted just that nothing bad happens. He wanted knight d7, king d8, very passive setup. But he and then maybe king d8, rook c1, rook c1, rook c8, trade all the rooks.
Okay, so he wants to get here.
But he gives away too much space for me, I think. So let's see how it happened in the game because I don't really. Yeah, now I switched to the thing was I think I was bothered by king d8, rook c1, rook c1, rook c8. That's why I changed traded the bishops and all that.
And suddenly he cannot challenge this knight, yeah.
And he cannot trade all the rooks.
So
okay,
let's say if I want to get rid of this guy, maybe just even.
Well, you have to calculate rook c7
rook
first
c7,
of all. I don't know what.
Yeah.
You have to deal with that. That's not very fun.
Sure. Also, I don't know. I have to deal with this as well, no?
Yeah, king 7, knight a5 or something. Well, maybe here you have b6, but it's maybe even knight b7. I don't know. It's not easy for black. Yeah. Definitely not.
King
he tried to. I mean, one thing he tried some kind of nice, very solid passive defense. I sort of liked it. The rook takes knight e8. It's a very cool regroup. But again, it is quite passive.
Right.
But I mean, it wasn't so bad what he was doing because he was trying to defend it in this way. Like now, 93, he went a5.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it looks. But after rook c5.
Just like you're just constantly posing these little problems which are like very difficult over the board to deal.
Yes, but the thing is, it's a quite nice position for white because look, nothing is there is no counterplay at all.
Right.
And we just see that black is on the back rank, is trying to defend. So in a way, it's not always ideal. I mean, Peter is a great defender, definitely.
Sure.
But the passive defense demands a lot of precision and a lot of energy.
Okay, I just small things like you could play rook c3 here. I just want you to explain. But you preferred his king on d6, so just give a little explanation.
Definitely,
on this,
yes.
Yeah?
I mean, it is in the way. I want now both knight c5 and knight e5, I guess.
Oh, sorry.
And the king is much better on e7 than it's exposed here to also e5 check, to all sorts of things. The king is not great on d6; it's just exposed. And the knight on e8 has one square less, so it's just not very good.
Sure. And all these small things kind of adds up, right?
Yeah, this is e5 is it's concrete. Now rook d7 coming and knight on e8 is. Now he trades a lot of pawns, but his knight on e8 is lost. So I think after rook b4, he is. What happens after rook b4? Knight d8. Yeah. Oh yeah, f7. That's the thing. F7 suddenly high. Yeah.
Fantastic technique. Just. Okay, he tries one last trap.
Yeah, to checkmate. Yes,
to checkmate. Yeah. No, this is fascinating technique. You know what? Just one game, if you wouldn't mind. This is one of my favorite, actually.
This is very identical to that.
Yeah. And
there is also one against Li Chao that you probably don't have, but it's also extremely similar.
Right. No, I just love this particular. This game was also fascinating. Okay. So here, 95, knight d7. It's also strange maneuver, yeah. This thing you chose to put it. It doesn't come.
Oh, you
It is
need,
not obvious, yeah, to put the knight on d7. It's not obvious at all.
no, but it comes with a tempo in a way, and you need to somehow activate the rook.
Amazing, because
I
this.
don't think this was a big deal. He made a big mistake here. He should have gone rook c8. Here, I was not yet that thrilled. He should have played rook c8, I think. Because after I grab the c file and the d7 knight blocks the d file, I have all I need. And I need to get to the b5 pawn.
Right.
Yeah, like here, yeah, some kind of rook endgame, which is tricky for black, but maybe it draws.
Yeah.
Probably it's draw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah, once I'm done passing, of course, again, it's very nice for me.
But these two players, okay, this is against Topalov, right? I mean, these two players got outplayed in similar kind of position, and both of them have got completely different style.
But I think it's a thing nowadays that many play. I mean, I think all. Well, not all. There are some who aren't as good at it, but most top players have become very good at playing positions with small advantage.
Right.
It's also by far the easiest thing from a psychological viewpoint because, I mean, you are not in any danger at all, and nobody likes to take risks at the top.
Right.
Really, nobody does. I mean, some do because they think that their expected value is good, but they don't like that. Of course, nobody likes to take risks. I mean, it makes no sense to take risk. Let's say in general, right? No, it's not. It's a necessity that some do, and everybody does when they think the expected value is high. But everybody loves to play positions for two results, and they are very good at it as well. So it's quite kind of easy also to just be, that nothing is happening, but you're just trying to stop the opponent's counterplay and trying to pose problems.
Sure.
It's like free rolling. I think everybody likes it.
Sure. Anish, I just want to inform you that Mr. Anshuman Das is in chat. Do you know this person? He has been very generous with the streamers. Yeah. Like he has been supporting a lot.
I heard his name. Adiban even misspoke his name once yesterday on our stream.
Right. So,
but yes, he's also a big supporter of Vidit channel, I believe, right?
Yeah. He has been very generous, and he has been giving super chats to all the streamers. But I personally kept the super chat off when I'm inviting guests because all of you, like whomever I have asked to come, they are only coming just because of personal terms. I mean, I totally understand you have nothing to gain by coming to my channel. You are just doing it to promote the game and just on personal terms. So that's why.
Yeah, but Vidit still does it, and it angers Adiban, which I find quite nice. So there are two ways to go about it.
Yeah. Sure.
So on the guest, when you invite Adiban, I propose to switch them on.
Have the super chat on, when Adiban is on the stream. Yeah, I'll do that. And thanks Anshuman for joining. Yes. I keep my super chats on in all my other shows, but not on when this gets top players are there in my stream. Okay, back to the game, Anish. So rook d8, rook b7. It still feels like black should be doing okay.
No, I think what is the hard thing to do for players who are not at the very top level. They always want to do something which has immediate sort of. Yeah, exactly. Immediate return. Yes. So they would ask themselves, for example, why to play g4? What's your next move? Like, what do you want? And g5, and then what's next move? h4, and then what's the next move? h5, and what's the next move? Like king h2, king g4, and still what's the next move? And only when you make like 6 more moves do they realize that okay, you gained something,
Right.
But the thing is that you have to know that in a position where one side is passive, and you improve your position, the position gets better, and you don't have to see yet how you break through. But I just know, for example, for a fact that it's good to go g4, h4, g5, king to g4, e4, f4, maybe h5.
Wait. Come again.
And then I will...
No, say it again. I have to draw the arrows.
h4, g5, king to g4, pawn to f4. I mean, you just gain space for and then e4.
Because you are saying these things are tied down, right?
Yeah. And I mean, you don't have to see immediate return. You just push sort of stuff forward. You just improve your position.
Mm-hmm.
And in some cases, even in many of my games, for example, I improve my position to the furthest extent, and then I realize that there is nothing I can do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And only then do I. But it's okay. It happens. But you still have to, like, if you start thinking from the start where you want to end, that's not really happening, because black also can do some like he went h5 somewhere. They also disrupt your plans, and basically it's not all about winning the bishop or winning a pawn or doing something immediate. It's just about some positions, especially when opponent has no counterplay. They just need to be improved, and then later you see what happens. And you don't have to see the end. You just have to make a good move. That's how you play.
Sure. A very funny thing happened. Like, I just keep on saying, don't spam. Anish, if you look at the chat, suddenly you'll see Sudeshna Datta is posting something. I am pretty sure she has no clue what is going on. Maybe there is some touch screen which has been on, and she's continuously posting something. I'm pretty sure she is not aware what she is doing.
Bro, I don't know. What is her? Who she is? I don't.
Sudeshna is my wife. Sudeshna Datta.
Okay.
So I think it just got accidentally clicked and.
No, because I was thinking, because it could be a child, but I mean not her, but like if it's somebody's child. But in your case, I would guess it's just she might be just it's in the pocket, yeah.
Yeah, probably pocket in the pocket or something, yeah. So
or maybe she wants to troll you. Maybe she is tired of all your negative comments about spammers, and she wants to.
Yeah, she just wants to support the spammers. That's also possible. Or maybe she wants to make me some tea. So she's just saying enough of this. Yeah, like now end this and make some tea.
Yeah, maybe it's her way to, because maybe you don't respond otherwise, and it's her way to reach you.
Yeah.
Because she noticed that you pay attention to the spam, so she thought maybe that's
the way to get my attention.
Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, I understand that, especially you want to have a constructive discussion with the chat, yeah, when because so many of them are strong young players, and you want to be able to see their contribution to the conversation.
Exactly. So generally, okay, I'm not doing this, my main idea is that these players gets benefited, and also the audience if they enjoy the chess part. So that's the main concept.
And sure. There's just obviously the amount of players in the world who would want to know how to handle endgames like that better is very small, but it's there, and they really definitely enjoy this kind of this kind of advice.
I mean, I have a very simple principle. Like, okay, about your social media skill, about your humor, we get to see very often. But I will not get Anish Giri all the time, to get into my stream and show his classic games. This I will not have, and this the players will also not get. So for me, this is much more important. That
it's very nice that you get to show that, and it really goes for everyone these days. Even maybe back in the days too, like all top players, they have so many different games. And there are so many stereotypes, that this guy is attacking, this guy is defending, this guy is endgame, this guy is opening.
Sure.
I mean, it is all so much more universal. And as I said, for example, everybody says I have great openings. There are many games that prove that. But again, I had a game the other day. Simply, a guy played e4, d5, e5, knight f6, and I was lost in 10 moves with white. I don't know how that happened.
Oh my god!
But or sometimes in some normal opening, they played whatever, the Sicilian or some Spanish, and I get bad position with white as well, or with black. It's at the same time, it also works both ways. So there are like all these stereotypes. Of course, obviously in real life, in real world, in top players, they have very universal styles, and you can make an argument you can, for example, take some sort of a statement, say that, let's say, Fabiano Caruana is a great endgame specialist, and make the selection. You can say Fabiano Caruana is a great attacker, make a selection. You can say Fabiano Caruana is a horrible defender, make a selection. You can say he's a great defender, make a selection. We played so many games, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, that you can build a case for any statement. But of course, many people who don't want to be subtle, they just like to tag and just, for example, it's the same. I don't know anything about tennis, and for example, my trainer used to like it very much. So I would ask him, what kind of player is Federer, and he would just tell me, he is good on on they have this clay, grass, all this stuff, and he would say he's good on that. He's better than that. He likes to play he likes to
Right.
play short matches because he's a bit older, so his stamina is less good.
Mhm.
And all these kind of stereotypes that I
Mhm.
imagine it's much more subtle. I mean, I imagine the stamina of Federer is insane, yeah.
Right.
But
Right.
he would say that compared to Nadal, and maybe it would be partly true, but I imagine just like in chess, it's also so less clear than just simple. Simple. This guy is good on the grass. This guy is good on the clay, and this guy is good with long rallies. This guy is good with forehand. This guy good with backhand. It's also so relative.
But okay, at some point, like when you get to this level, you have to be good at everything, right?
That's what I mean. You have to
Yeah.
be good, but you are not perfect because otherwise you would be an engine. So
Sure.
you just try your best. You are better than an average grandmaster, but you still have flaws.
Sure. All right, Anish. This particular moment. First of all, before we say the move, I want audience to to guess what Anish played here, and if they can say why Anish played the following move.
Yeah, that was a very good one, actually. True. This was a very good one.
Yeah.
It was very easy to miss in a way. So I was quite happy with it.
No, this is I'm pretty sure many players will miss this. There is just no way. I mean, if I had to guess a move here, I don't think I would have picked it right away. There's no chance.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about. Somebody says Djokovic always legend. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this the kind of this level of analysis of players is cool for fans, but it's not how specialists of sports see it. But yeah, this was again. The nice thing about the move I made is that, I mean, I don't find it particularly impressive when it is, you don't put anything on the line. You're just playing with the house money. I mean, I'm not running any danger at all.
True. But from one point of view, it might look like counterintuitive, right? Like,
I like Padmini's suggestion. She says H3. Oh, your chat is so great. We have Padmini in the chat.
Padmini says
I mean,
H3.
Padmini, it's a deep question, and H3, yeah, it's very deep. Very deep. But no.
Divya says B4. I have got H6. Yeah. B4 is the move.
Basically, black wants to go King H6, so you should. I mean, H3, King H6, that doesn't improve much, and then King F3 probably she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made some sense, but before is much stronger, I think.
Yeah. Now Gupta says also B4.
Yes, and it's important after Bishop B4 that I don't want to go Rook B5, but I have this knight E5 move.
So what was your idea for King H6? How B4 stopped King
I wonder
H6?
about that. Is it Knight C5 or not? I think it's maybe Knight C5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would imagine it's Knight C5. Yeah, takes, and then suddenly.
Yeah, well, it's again, it's not a given that it's winning this position. I'm not even sure it's winning, but it's it's the way to put pressure, and it works.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, this Rook Endgame, I didn't have to evaluate it if it's winning or not, but I just knew it's better than any other move.
Sure. And then you go for the F7 pawn, and now suddenly his king is weak. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is already very dangerous because his pawn structure is ruined, and we have like this balance is there. This is just very dangerous. And after Rook H5 F4, he's running. I mean, he's losing. Knight G5 is coming. He's losing potentially one more pawn, and it's just very bad.
Yeah, in a way, it looks like he has exchanged a few pawns, so he should be doing fine. Okay, you repeated once, but in reality, it is just getting worse and worse.
Yeah. No, he's exchanged the wrong pawns because they're all isolated and weak.
Yeah, like every single pawn is weak, and his king is also weak, just to make things.
Yeah. No, he's uncoordinated and weak and everything, so it's all. Yeah, I think Rook Endgame was better than this. I was also thinking that in the game, actually.
Yeah.
Now we have two connected fast pawns. It's over.
Yeah. There was Rook H3 check. Yeah, if you take. Yeah, and this is over.
Yeah, the bishop has to leave one of the diagonals. Yeah.